Well, good morning, YouTube. This video is going to be a little bit different today than most of the time. I'm hunting arrowheads and putting those videos on. Today I'm going to share a little bit about my my little homestead I live on and things that happen around here. Right now we got a few bees feeding in the flowers. So I want to take you around and show you some of my stuff and what's going on around here. That's the family dog, Tex. You just saw him catching the frisbee. That's one of his favorite pastimes. Walk you down here and show you my little ongoing project of my blueberry trees. Most of these have been planted about 3 years, and they're really starting to do good. A lot of new growth on them this year. This is a huckleberry that I planted. Just dug it up out off of the fence road and wanted to have one of those. I believe those are actually kind of a wild Louisiana blueberry. We like to put these in our smoothies, and blueberries are just really nice and healthy for you. I like to keep spangled moss around it. I fertilize them with azalea fertilize, and then this is some fresh, this is out of the stalls where the horses are. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good crop this year. Over here I have blackberries planted. These have been here about a year now. I don't know if they're maybe getting a little too much shade. I expected them to be growing a little bit more. My other blackberries are really doing well. This is a new plant planted this year, kind of filling in the gaps in between. My little trellis system here. I just have T-post with some just galvanized wiring, and as the plant gets big enough, or the limbs branch out, we just stick it between the wires. It's worked out pretty good so far. Just planted this little thing. Thought it was dead, but it's leafing out. That's going to be a cherry tree one day, supposedly. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated on that one. Got a couple of olive trees right here. Found those at a store marked down, and I thought I'd plant them just to see what they would do. Satsuma. I've had trouble with satsumas. Every time I grow them, they seem to freeze and die in the winter. So I really don't have a good spot on the south side of my house to plant them. So we're going to see. It's kind of protected underneath this oak tree, and we'll see what happens. Got 2 apple trees. I just planted this one this year. 3 apples on it. Maybe should have taken them off, but I'm excited to try them. So we'll see what happens. This is a Einsheimer apple. Got another one over here. This is his 2nd year, and it is just being weighted down. The wind's blowing pretty hard where we're at here, and but it's holding its own, and they're looking all right. And this one is a Anna apple. So it should start ripening up maybe about June, and we'll see how these fresh apples look. Just starting to bloom a little bit. These ought to be ready sometime in May. I planted them in February. I've worked them a couple of times, and then they kind of got away from me, and got grass in here, but it's going to be all right. When we bust those rows open, we'll be able to get to the potatoes. Just planted some sweet potato straws. I've got 4 of them planted. We're gonna see what happens with them this year. See if we can get us some sweet potatoes. This is the rest of my little garden here. Tomatoes, several different kind, Romas, beefsteaks, a couple of other ones. No heirlooms. Got my cucumbers and my Tabasco peppers. You gotta have your pepper sauce made. Now, this is my asparagus. Finally, last year was able to start getting a little bit off of it, and this year we've really enjoyed the asparagus. Something about anything grown fresh from the farm, it's just always better. What it is, you have to let the asparagus, you don't cut it all, you let it go and you let it grow into these ferns, asparagus ferns. And what these ferns do is feed the roots down here to where the asparagus stalks will grow from next year. I've got it covered in hay. I got some weeds coming through, but I need to come in and pick it up. One of my favorite things I like to do here, and I've only been doing this a few years, is beekeeping. And it will humble you. I've watched tons of YouTube videos, gone to classes, and just seems like it's a very unpredictable hobby to be in. It's just a hobby for me. Waiting on the nectar flow to start. This one is a swarm, and the middle one's a swarm that I had swarm traps set out and caught. And then this one is a cutout from a water meter. And I'll show you a picture in a video. I'll add it to this as I edit it. You can see them coming in right now. Got pollen. We got a little bit of nectar coming around. Mostly privet right now. We're waiting on the, I got a little bit of sugar out, just trying to feed them and get them ready for when that nectar flow starts, probably about the middle of May for us. And most of our nectar flow comes from Tala around here. We do have we have a pretty big garden planted in spots, but the Tala is where most of the honey comes from. This that I'm feeding with is just helping them build out their comb and get that queen laying eggs, so we have plenty of workers when the flow does start. All right, well, we're gonna leave here and go down the road a little ways, and I want to show you where I have my corn and watermelons and peas planted. So I'll get back with you. Well, I'm up here at the other part of the garden I wanted to show you. We have more potatoes planted here, and I'll take you through what this is in a minute, but we're gonna walk down here and look at the corn first. We might get visited by my stepsister's dogs. I hear them barking, see them coming over here. But this is the corn I have planted this year. I planted bodacious. Just got through working it. I'd like to start incorporating a little bit of the how-tos and what I do around my place. I know might not be what you do, but it might help you. And I appreciate any comments or anything you have to say. Last year we were able to put up enough corn, enough green beans, and enough purple hulls that we didn't have to buy anything from the store. And anything you can grow yourself is so much better. That processing just seems to take something out of it and just make it not as good. These are the bush green beans right here. You can see that they're blooming. And these 2 rows over here are going to be the top picks. Never planted those before. First time that I've planted them, and looking forward to see how they turn out. All right, let's go walk over here and look at the watermelons. Our soil here is somewhat sandy. It's good for growing some things, but it takes a lot of fertilizer. One thing that does grow good here in this sandy ground are watermelons and cantaloupes. We like to pull up a row, put down plastic, and punch a hole and plant the plants on top of the row. What this plastic does is it helps hold in moisture, and you're able to, your plants just do better. The other day, or even this morning, it got down into the upper 50s, which is kind of unseasonably cool for this time of year for us. But that plastic heats up the soil during the day, and it holds that temperature. So this also is a benefit of planting on a mound with the plastic on top. These are to be ready around the 1st of July, maybe a little bit sooner. So I'll keep you updated and posted as we go. Cleaning the last little bit of sugar water out of the bucket. Well, look, thank you for coming along on this video with me. Start trying to put a few more out as we start picking the corn, canning, those different types of things, maybe as I work my bees, and like to start sharing some of the things that we do out here. So just hope everybody is staying safe, staying well, and not losing your faith, and won't be long. We'll be looking back at this, and it'll be a thing of the past. So take care until next time.